It's this beautiful multi-petal flower with raised petals. On this video, I'm going to teach you how to do the Tunisia flower. I'm going to be using a 4mm hook and some cotton yarn size 4 in 2 different colors. So we're going to start with a slip knot, and we're going to start with a base ring. So for your base ring, you're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now to close off this ring, we're going to do a slip stitch into the first chain that you made. So you find that first chain, insert your hook, grab the yarn, and pull through to close. And we're going to be working into the center of the ring. For row 1, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, which counts as a double crochet. And now into the ring, we're going to work 9 double crochets. So we yarn over, go into the center of the ring, grab the yarn and pull up a loop. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 for a double crochet. That was my first one. Second, and I'm going to do a total of 9 double crochets. I'll do that off camera and I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, so I just did my 9th double crochet here. So now to finish off this row, we're going to do a slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 that you started with. So we find that third chain, insert your hook into it, grab the yarn and pull through to close. And that there is the end of row 1. For row 2, we're going to start by doing a chain 1. And now you want to do 1 single crochet into that same space, into the same chain that you're currently in, that you did the slip stitch into there, a single crochet. Now we're going to work 2 single crochets into the next stitch. So into the next stitch, 2 single crochets. Now into the next stitch, you want to do 1 single crochet, and into the next, 2 single crochets. And this is where you're going to be alternating. You're going to be doing 1 single crochet into the next, then 2 into the next, 1 into the next, 2 into the next. So do that all the way around and I'll see you when you're done. Okay, so in the very last stitch of the row, you would do your last 2 single crochets. And now we're going to do a slip stitch into the first single crochet of the row. And this here is the end of row 2. Now for row 3, we're going to start by doing a chain 1 and doing 1 single crochet into that same stitch that you're currently in. Now we're going to do 1 single crochet into the next stitch. Now into the next stitch, you want to do 2 single crochets. And this is the repetition you're going to follow all the way around. So we're going to start by doing into the next stitch 1 single crochet, into the next stitch 1 single crochet, into the next stitch 2 single crochets. So that's 1 and 2. Another way to put this is you're going to do 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches and then an increase, or 2 single crochets into the next. So we're going to do that all the way around. It's 1, 1, and then increase, or 2 into the same stitch. I'm going to finish this off camera and I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, so I just did my last 2 stitches into the last stitch. So now to finish off this row, we're going to do a slip stitch into the very first single crochet of the row. And this here is the end of row 3. Now for row 4, we're going to start by doing a chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then you're going to do 1 single crochet into the second chain from the hook and into each of the next 5 chains. So we skip the first chain. Into the next one, do a single crochet. And now you want to do 1 single crochet into each of the next 5 chains. So here is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to do a slip stitch into the next single crochet. Into the next stitch, a slip stitch. And then we want to do 1 single crochet into the next stitch. And that ends the repeat. So we're going to do it again together. We are going to start the repeat by doing a chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to skip the first chain and do a single crochet into the next. And now you want to do 1 single crochet into each of the next 5 chains. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Continuing the repeat, we're going to do a slip stitch into the next single crochet. And now you want to do 1 single crochet into the next stitch. And that ends the repeat. So from here, you can go back to the beginning of it. I'm just going to verbalize it now. So the repeat starts by doing a chain 7. Then you want to skip the second chain from the hook and do 1 single crochet into each chain going back. Then you are going to do a slip stitch into the next single crochet of like the circle. And then into the next stitch, 1 single crochet. So do this all the way around and I'll see you when you're done. Okay, so I just did my last petal here, these kind of like long, thin petals. So once you finish all the way around, you should have 10 of them. This very last one, where we just did the 7 chains, then single crochet back, slip stitch. And now we're just going to do a single crochet into the next stitch. Sorry, I went through the wrong place here. Just on top of the stitch, just a single crochet. And this here is the end of row 4. For row 5, we want to do 1 single crochet into the back loop of the stitches of the single crochets that go up like this. So the back loop is the vertical lines here. I'll show you when I go into through them. So we want to do 1 single crochet into each one of them. The first one is this one here. So we want this vertical line right over here. So we're gonna, let me bring it closer. Gonna go in through that line like so, and then do a single crochet there. That's my first one. I'm gonna do the same into the next one. This is the back loop of the stitch. So I'm gonna go into it and there do a single crochet. Same with the next one. That's 3. Same with the next one. 4. Same with the next one. 5 and 6. This is my last one here. Now we are going to do at the top, so into the top of the point here. So we're going to do there 1 single crochet, a chain 1 and 1 single crochet. So we can kind of do it into this line here. I don't really know how to explain it, but basically we have the top of the single crochet. Like if we face it like this, we have the tops of the single crochets, but we also have this one thread there. So I'm going to do it into there because that will be the top. So let me just grab it here. Going to go under this thread and then into there do a single crochet. Then a chain 1 and into that same space another single crochet. And this will be our top of the flower there, or sorry, our top of the petal, like the point of the petal. And now we're going to do 1 single crochet into each of the stitches, and this is like the common way, the top of the stitch. So you want 1 single crochet into each one of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now that brings us back down. So now we can go back to the beginning of the repeat. So the repeat starts by doing skipping the slip stitch and single crochet. we're going to basically be skipping these two. This one's the slip stitch, then it's the single crochet. Then you're going to find the back loops of the next petal and do 1 single crochet into each one of them. So here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this last one. 6. Now I'm going to go into that vertical line that I showed you earlier, which is on the side here, and we're going to work our top there. So for the top or the peak of the petal, you want 1 single crochet, a chain 1, and then 1 single crochet. And now we're on the other side, which is the top of the stitches. So into each one of them, you just want 1 single crochet. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And this is what you want to do all the way around. We're just adding more like thickness to the petal. So I'll repeat it just verbally, and then I'm going to do it off camera. We're skipping the next slip stitch and single crochet, which takes us to the petal and the back loops of it, of the stitches. So you want 1 single crochet into each one of them for a total of 6. Then at the very top of the petal, you want 1 single crochet, chain 1, 1 single crochet. And then you do 1 single crochet into each of the top of the stitches all the way down for a total of 6. So do that all the way around, and I'll see you when you're done. Okay, so I just finished the last petal here. And so now to finish off this row, what we want to do is we're going to do a slip stitch into the slip stitch off the previous row. So here I have a slip stitch and then a single crochet. So I'm going to go into the slip stitch itself, grab my loop, but I'm actually going to bring color B, or sorry, no, let's do a slip stitch with this color. And then in this loop, we're going to bring in color B. So grab your next color, leave a tail, and then pull through in this current loop. Then you can pull everything down, and we can go ahead and cut our color A. Just grab my scissors here, leaving a long enough tail that you can thread it after. And now with this new color, we're going to work our next row, row 6. So if you find that things are a little loose, you can just tighten it down by pulling your previous color. And now we're going to start row 6. We're going to skip the first single crochet. And then we're going to do 1 single crochet into the back loop only of the next 6 single crochets. And those are the single crochets that basically go up in the petal. So into those, we're going to work in the back loop only. So let's do that. We're going to skip that first single crochet, find the first one of the petal, and go in the back loop only. So for that, you normally work under both loops, but for the back loop only, we're going to work the one that's furthest away from you. So, sorry, I have to adjust this again. So the back loop is the one furthest away from you. You're going to go under that one only, and there work your single crochet. That's the first one. You're going to do that all the way up for a total of 6, working in the back loop only. That's my second one. Let's do 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now into the chain 1 space. So you know how at the top here you have a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. So into the chain 1 space, we're going to work 1 single crochet, chain 2, and 1 single crochet. So essentially we're skipping the next single crochet. Then you have the chain 1. So into that chain 1, you can insert your hook, grab the yarn, and there do a single crochet, chain 2, and into the same space, a single crochet. Now we're going to go downwards in the petal, and you're going to work again in the back loop only, doing 1 single crochet into each. So that's the 6 that you have on the side. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another way to see it is that you have to skip that single crochet that you have here. That's part of the top. So single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. You're skipping that one, not to be confused with the ones on the side. So now we're going to do those single crochets in the back loop only of the side of the petal for a total of 6. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you can see how that just brings the petal a little bit wider. And then you're going to be skipping the next, let me see here. No, sorry, that ends the repeat there. We're gonna go back to the beginning of it by doing the single crochets in the back loop only of the side of the petal, then the top, and then doing that again, going down. So we're going to, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so you're going to the next single crochet, back loop only, and doing a single crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're at the top of the single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. So into the chain 1, we're going to insert our hook, and into there do 1 single crochet, a chain 2, and then 1 single crochet into the same chain 1 space. It's a little tight there for me. Now to go back down, I'm gonna do the single crochets in the back loop only of the next 6 stitches. I'm just gonna count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, sorry. See, that this is why I'm doing this, because I don't want to confuse the one at the top. So I gotta skip that. It's the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it brings me to the very bottom of the petal. So I'm gonna do that, skipping the next one, and then into the next 6 single crochets, do a back loop only single crochet. And then this is the last one. And there we have it. That's gonna add the border to the flower that you want. So that ends the repeat. I'll verbalize it for you, and you wanna do that into each one of the petals. You're doing 6 single crochets in the back loop only of the side of the petal. Then you get to the top, and into the chain 1 space, you're gonna work 1 single crochet, a chain 2, and 1 single crochet. And then onto the side of the petal, you're gonna work back loop only, single crochet, for a total of 6. That means that you're skipping one at the top, because that's the one for the top bit. So you go into the 6 stitches that are this side of the petal. You do that all the way around, and I'll see you when you're done. Okay, so I just finished the last petal here. And now to finish off this row, I'm just gonna do a slip stitch into the slip stitch of the previous row. So this stitch here, do a slip stitch. And that there is the end of row 6. And now for row 7, we're going to be skipping the first single crochet of the next petal, going into the second one with a single crochet in the back loop only. So there's 1, and then you're going to do that into each stitch all the way to the top. So this is 2, back loop only, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then you are at the chain 2 space. So into that chain 2 space, you're going to work a single crochet, chain 2, and into the same space, a single crochet. Now we're going to work 1 single crochet in the back loop only of the next 6 stitches, including the one that's at the very top. So you go in the back loop only of it, do a single crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so now we've come all the way to the bottom. Now we're going to be skipping the next 2 stitches. So you skip 1, 2, and then that ends the repeat, because then you're going to be at the next petal. So I'll do it one more time with you. The repeat's going to start by doing a single crochet in the back loop only of the next 6 stitches. Since we're at the end here, we're going to be skipping the last 2, then go to the beginning of the repeat, going into that first single crochet, second, third, fourth, fifth, and 6th. That's going to take us to the very top of the petal and the chain 2 space. Into the chain 2 space, you're going to work 1 single crochet, a chain 2, and 1 single crochet. Continuing the repeat, you're going to do 1 single crochet in the back loop only of the next 6 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now to finish the repeat, you're going to skip the next 2 stitches. And then you can go back to the beginning of the repeat. I'll do it one more time with you. The beginning of the repeat after you've skipped 2 stitches is to do 1 single crochet into the back loop only of the next 6 stitches. This is my second, third, fourth, fifth, and 6th. Now we're at the chain 2 space, into which you're going to do 1 single crochet, a chain 2, and into the same chain space, another single crochet. Now we're at the other side of the petal, and you want to do 1 single crochet in the back loop only of the next 6 stitches. Here's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And to finish the repeat, we're going to be skipping the next 2 stitches. And this is what you want to do to make these petals thicker. You want to do that all the way around. And when you're done, you're just going to do a slip stitch to the first single crochet of the row, cut off your yarn, and thread your ends through. Now this one's absolutely stunning. Check it out. It's a multi-petal flower, and it adds these kind of like wavy petals. The back also looks pretty cool, actually. I'll show you on the side so you can see the texture it gives. I use these colors, but you can definitely use either the same color actually all the way throughout, or you can have, you know, like a lighter of the same color in the middle and then same color but darker on the outside. Real pretty. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you just subscribe to my channel? Just do it. Just do it.